Welcome to Playa del Carmen, Mexico. Purpose of this video is to head out on the beach and check out the beach conditions, meaning beach erosion, and number two, seaweed / sargassum situation on the beach. Now I've got some good news and some bad news. Bad news is that the beach erosion continues and it's noticeable, and the good news is $800 million has been approved by the Mexican government to deal with the beach erosion in the Riviera Maya area, starting with Playa del Carmen. Awesome. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to Playa del Carmen, Mexico. Just for context, we have a map here and I'll circle this section right here. This is at the end of Avenue Constituente in front of the WYNDHAM ALLTRA, the Hilton, and the Grand Hyatt. I've got so much information I want to give to you today. Let's go for a walk. Good morning from Playa del Carmen, Mexico. Once a month I like to come out and give you the view here at the end of Avenue Constituente. We now see that Altamar ferry business has a little kiosk here on this pier. This is the first time they've had this pier. The last 3 years they have not had this little kiosk here on this pier, but now because there's 3 ferry companies taking ferries from Playa del Carmen over to Cozumel, which you can just see on the horizon, they now are using this pier. They were just using it last year on Wednesdays only, now they're using it more. So here we are out on the beach. Beautiful morning. Sunrise this morning was at 7:41 I believe. And we are gonna go out for our regular beach walk, and I've got some pictures. And the first picture I'm gonna show you here, I'm gonna come over to this little beach in front of the WYNDHAM ALLTRA. There is the beach today. I'm gonna give you the beach a year ago. There it is. Okay, so I'm convinced anywhere from 20 to 30 feet of the beach is gone this year. There's the proof that a year ago, February 3rd, a year ago, there is the beach today. So, and there's the WYNDHAM ALLTRA. So from that picture alone, we know that 20 to 30 feet of the beach is gone in the last year. Now some people are saying it's because of a hurricane or some of the seas have been really rough and they've come in here and taken a lot of the sand. Whatever the reason is, I'm just showing you that it seems to be fact that we've got 20 to 30 feet of that beach is gone. I'm going to head over to this side. I've also got some pictures from February 3rd, a year ago. That's 2 days from now. Now there it is in front of the Hilton and the Grand Hyatt. Here's the picture from a year ago. There it is. It is super noticeable. Okay, people are saying it's 30 to 40, almost 50 feet of beach is gone compared to that. It's super noticeable. The beach erosion is a huge problem here. Now, it is February 1st. The last few years I've been saying, once February 1st comes along, the seaweed starts, and there you have a couple people under the palapa. Those are the workers that come and clean up the beach. Now I've seen the workers on the beach doubled, tripled, quadrupled, 5 times the amount in the last week. They're expecting the seaweed. They know what's coming, and I have told you that the seaweed is probably going to start February 1st. Well, luckily here we are February 1st. I don't see anything. Now they've got the barriers in place, they've got a number of boats out there. 2 years ago this was crawling with seaweed, but look at that water. It is clean, it looks great. So the government has put in a lot of stuff in place in order to make sure the seaweed does not get into the beach here. Beach looks awesome. The problem is 20 to 50 feet of it is gone. Now I just showed you a picture and I've got another picture coming up. And what I want you to do is focus up here. There's a gazebo with kind of a red-brown tiling on top. And I'm going to show you that a year ago and where it was and how much beach was between that gazebo with the tiles on the top and the actual water. Now we're going to walk down here and I'm going to give you a little background information. So number one, beach looks awesome. Water looks awesome. This is one of the 3 best beaches in Playa del Carmen. And allegedly, I read something from an article a couple weeks ago saying that the government knows that beach erosion is a problem, and they have said that they're going to get funding in place in order to help it at 4th Street, 6th Street, and 16th Street. Now, I have just heard, I'm not sure if it's true, that $800 million has been set aside for the Riviera Maya area for beach erosion, and they're going to start with the Playa del Carmen here. They're going to start working on this beach. So that's good news. Look up here, we've got this gazebo with this kind of brownish reddish tile on top. I'm going to look down here. We've got remnants, but we still don't have seaweed. We've had some people here cleaning stuff up this morning, and it's hard really to know because this is probably an hour after sunrise. People told me that the previous videos I did at sunrise were too dark, so I've come out here. It's roughly 8:30 now. It's about an hour after sunrise. Look at this gazebo right up here with this kind of red-brown tile top. And why? Because I'm going to compare it to a year ago. Look at how much beach is between that gazebo and the water. Now we've got some remnants here of a little bit of some seaweed stuff that's been cleaned up, but there are still little hints of it there. And it should be starting soon. There is that gazebo. Get ready for this picture. I found this picture from February 3rd last year, which is basically a year and 2 days ago, and it shocked me. So I'm just going to pop it out here. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to give you 10 seconds of it just to really compare and contrast. And here it is, the picture from a year ago, and you can barely see that gazebo between it and the water. Minimum 50 feet of the beach is gone, minimum. So if you're coming to the Hilton, the Grand Hyatt, the beach is eroding. It is noticeable here, and it still looks good right now. There's no seaweed. So a lot of people, doomsdayers, have been on here saying that Playa del Carmen and these hotels will be gone in 3 to 5 years. They're putting all these sand whales in place. A sand whale is a kind of a big thing they put out there to stop the waves from coming in and eroding the beach. And I'm going to kind of do a little bit of focus on them the next coming weeks. If you go back a month, I showed you at the Fives Beach Hotel and Residences, which is a little farther north, that they've got all these sand whales in place to prevent the water from coming in and taking all the beach away. So at this point, February 1st, I said the seaweed would start coming in. You can see these sand whales out there. They're just kind of little, these big kind of rubberized things full of sand out in the water there to prevent the waves from coming in and taking the beach. So we've got $800 million set aside. Look at that gazebo. There was at least 50 more feet of beach between it and the water last year. Beach erosion is off the charts. All I'm going to say is I'm going to be monitoring this every week. I want to say thanks for coming along on the walk with me. Seaweed, not a problem. It's going to start to get bad in the next couple weeks. Beach erosion, huge problem, but they've got some money coming. Help is on its way. Let's see what they do. I will be keeping track of this in the next little while. I'm going to say ciao for now from Playa del Carmen.